G1, Tulsa, Oklahoma, we have a series called Star Wars. Have you ever wondered if any of you have, I wondered if any of you have ever seen the movie Star Wars. It was a movie that came out in 1978 and 77 actually, and since then kids and adults have been entertained by Star Wars. It has become popular and is basically a movie that talks about good and bad, good fighting evil. So this whole series, we're going to be talking about some good traits. This first session will be about sin. What is sin? Sin is disobeying God. You will see many characters from the Star Wars movie. You got B1, Han Solo. You got the Princess Leia. You got Kylo Ren, Boba Fett. Oh, you have Yoda, baby. You have all of them. And of course, you'll have Darth Vader. At the core of this is a battle between good and evil. The theme of good versus evil, light versus dark. It is as old of a storytelling itself. People have always known that good and evil in the world, and they know that one is much more desirable than the other. Our Star Wars today is sin, and we will be ready to delve in a few minutes. We have a special guest that will join us today on our lesson about sin. Ha 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 ha. Welcome, you earthlings. Ha ha. I am Darth Vader. And you have come to learn about the dark side. Welcome. Ha 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 ha. Do you not like the dark side? Today we will talk about the fall of man. Do you know about the fall of man? Do you know how you have become servants to people like myself here? Well, let me tell you, back in Genesis 3:10, there was these two humans that God put in the Garden of Eden, and they were named what was it? Adam and Eve. And he said to them both, you can eat plenty of everything in this garden. And this garden was so beautiful and so luscious. But there was one tree that he asked that they not go to. And you know, you silly humans, what do? Your curiosity gets you. So this woman is tempted by a serpent. I like the serpent. He stays on my team. He does wonderful work for me. Well, he enticed the woman to eat of this forbidden fruit that was off of this tree, and this tree was called, what was it called? Come on, dude. What was it called? Oh, yes, the tree of knowledge. Yes, you silly little thing. Pay attention there. Pay attention there. All right. The tree of knowledge. And once they ate of this tree, they became ashamed and recognized that they were not clothed. And so when this father came to call upon them, like they do, like I once called upon my silly son, Luke, but he did not answer me. But the father called upon them, they hid themselves in these little silly leaf clothes, snatched off leaves off the other trees, and tried to clothe themselves, and said they could not answer, because they were naked. How funny. You earthlings are very funny. Do you all entertain me? But nevertheless, because they had disobeyed, and I want you to understand, because the woman ate of it, of course she thought it was good, and she gave it to the man, so therefore, boom, they both got banished out of this garden and into the world where I may play trickery upon them and welcome them to my side. But pay attention as we talk about this lesson today. We're going to talk about my favorite thing, sin. What is sin? Sin is when you do what you want to do instead of what God tells you to do. And here's the thing. You say, well, Darth Vader, I like to do my own thing because I am a human, and because he has given me a brain and he has given me free will and I have my own flow. Why do you say that that is sin? Let me explain to you why it is sin. I like the way that word sounds, sin. Let me say that one more time. Sin. Doesn't it just kind of rattle in your head there a little bit? Sin. But here's the thing about sin. When you do what you want to do, it doesn't always work out. It doesn't fall in line with what God says for you to do. So, sin becomes this inner thing inside of you. It's kind of like what James 1 said what sin was. When you are enticed, when you are distracted by the dark side. And I'm telling you, the dark side is quite enticing. And we work overtime to keep you distracted. Because we really don't want you to follow that God. Because that God, he messes up the things that we're trying to do over here on the dark side. We want to fight. We want to argue. We want to be funny. We want to bully, and we like to make fun of people. And, you know, when parents call us and say, hey, clean up your room, we like to go, yeah, later. Or when parents call, we like to, turn off our ears. You know, that thing. You know what I'm talking about, that type of sin? You're nodding there. I see what you like that type of sin. Hey, fix your face, fix your face, fix your face. Do not get upset. Now, yes, sin is fun, and yes, everything in this world costs money. Does not matter if your parents ground you. Take your cell phone, take your video games. You'll get them back eventually. Yeah, you'll be lonely, and I know you'll be sad when you don't have those things. And no, I cannot sit with you and entertain you when you don't have those things. Are you kidding me? I do not want to sit with you in your punishment. What? What do you mean that's not fair? I didn't say sin was fair. I just said you get to do what you want to do. What, you earthling? You want to do it and not pay any consequences for it? That is not how sin works. Because here's the thing about sin. You gotta pay for it. And yes, the wages of sin is very expensive. They say the wages of sin is death. But come on, you're young. You're young. How soon will you die? Oh, you heard about a baby dying? Well, that's different. You're different. You're invincible. You can do sin with me. Come now. Come now. Come to the dark side. Welcome to the dark side. Continue to stay with me, and I'm going to tell you a lot more about this here dark side and this sin thing, but I just want you to know what sin was so you wouldn't be confused. Thank you for tuning in, and I hear this Minister D or somebody's going to show up and talk to you a little bit more. If you want to, you can tune out and not pay attention anymore, because she's probably going to tell you some more of that Jesus stuff and how to not pay attention to me. Hey, how cool am I? I mean, come on. I got a saber here. You can sin with me and get one of these.